Have you started your own business and need money to fund it, but you don't know where to find the funding? Stay tuned because I'm getting ready to tell you 5 simple ways to get funding for your business. Now, how exactly do you start building business credit? You want to make sure that you set your business up appropriately. And I'll drop a link to my other business video to show you how to start a business. You want to make sure that you start your LLC. You want to make sure that you have your EIN number. You want to make sure that you have your Dun & Bradstreet number. You want to make sure those things are in place because when you go to apply for, let's say, a Net 30 account, they're going to ask you for your EIN number. They may ask you for your Dun & Bradstreet number. And if you haven't already set your business up appropriately, you will X yourself out of the game to starting to build your business credit. So you want to make sure that you have your business set up right. Make sure you have your LLC or your S Corp or your C Corp. Most people start off with an LLC. But once again, talk to your lawyer to see which entity works best for you. Make sure you have those things in order. So let's talk about business credit. Now, let's backtrack a little bit and talk about personal credit. With personal credit, you're scored by Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. All of these different bureaus give you a score based on how often you pay, your debt to income ratio, if you have collections. Those different things play a part into your personal credit. Now, your business credit is completely separate from your personal credit. When you build business credit, it's a little bit different. You're scored based on how well you pay, not necessarily your debt to income ratio. So in the business world, I don't care if you're Apple or if you're a hairstylist. I don't care if you're Microsoft, if you're Walmart, if you're Target, or if you're a digital creator and you have a business entity where you're building business credit. They are going to base that information on how well you pay and not necessarily about your debt to income ratio, which works for you because they understand that businesses have to have some form of debt most times in order to make money. They have to, pay suppliers. They may have a Net 30 account, and we'll get into that later, where you order your products up front. You don't pay up front, but then 30, 60, 90 days later, you pay that supplier later. They understand the cost of doing business. So you are monitored differently when it comes to business credit. Now, with business credit, you still have the credit bureaus. You have, of course, your Experian business, but you also have Dun & Bradstreet. That's why it's very important to go ahead and register if you have not already registered. Register for your Dun & Bradstreet number because they are one of the largest credit bureaus and credit entities that's going to be scoring your business and monitoring your business to see how well you pay your bills. There's different types of accounts. You have Tier 1 accounts, you have Tier 2 accounts, you have Tier 3 accounts, and there's an order that you have to go in order to start progressively building your accounts. So your Tier 1 accounts will be accounts like Quill, which is like an office product account. They a lot of times will work with small businesses or new businesses so that you can begin to build your business credit score. They'll allow you to, let's say, purchase products in advance and you don't have to pay up front with what we call a Net 30 account. Now with Net 30 accounts, that simply means that you have 30 days to pay your supplier. You don't have to pay them up front. They tell you, okay, in 30 days you can pay us. So that's the first way that you can leverage business credit to get what you need for your business. Now you also have things like Net 60 account and Net 90 accounts, where the supplier will allow you to place your order, you receive the product, and you don't have to pay them until 60 days later. You don't have to pay them until 90 days later. So those are your Net 30, Net 60, and Net 90 accounts. If you work diligently at building your business credit by starting off with getting, let's say, tier 1 accounts, and then moving into your tier 2 accounts, which is like your business Sam's Club accounts, your business, if you have a trucking company, let's say a business credit card for your gas, like a BP account. Those are some of your tier 2 accounts. Your Home Depot accounts, Home Depot credit card accounts, those are considered like your tier 2 accounts. Once you move into your tier 2 accounts, you can oftentimes begin to see that you've generated a credit score for your business. Now, typically the credit score for businesses are a little bit different. They go up to about 100. So once you start getting those tier 1 accounts and you start paying on time, you want to make sure that you move into your tier 2 accounts. And once you, of course, get those tier 2 accounts, you want to make sure that you pay on time. And you'll begin to see that your Dun & Bradstreet business credit score will begin to go up to, where you didn't have one before. Well, now you have an 80 on your Dun & Bradstreet, which is pretty good in the business world. Do not wait. You have to start where you are. If you're thinking, oh, I have bad credit, so I can't start working on business credit, you're wrong. Go and take a look at places like Quill and Uline. Even if you have to order just $25, maybe you can only afford to purchase $30. You want to get the ball rolling so that you can start generating a credit score, because the higher your business credit score, the more funding you're able to receive from, let's say, if you wanted to go and get a bank loan or a business loan or a line of credit. Well, they're going to take a look at your business credit score to assess whether your business is going to pay back. And how do you show that you are good with paying your bills? By paying on time and paying as much as you can of that balance off as soon as possible. Don't forget that you need to have a professional website, a professional phone number, and a professional email. There's nothing worse than going as a business to apply for business credit or net 30 accounts, and you have I don't give a darn at yahoo.com as your email address. You want to make sure that you have a reputable, email address as your business, something that ends in .com. Okay, so ibakecakes.com, or you want to have a website that's a professional website. You also want to make sure, like I said, that you have a business phone number. It could be an 800 number, an 866 number, an 888 number. Just make sure you have a business phone number that you can afford monthly. It doesn't have to be anything that's outrageous or, high monthly fees, just a basic business phone number. Even if it has to go to voicemail, just make sure that you have a business phone number. All of the steps that I previously told you in order to set up your business for business credit is crucial. If you miss one of those steps, it's just not going to work, because if you don't have a Dun & Bradstreet number, you're not going to look like a reputable business. If you don't have a website, you're not going to look like a reputable business. So you want to make sure, even if it's just a one-page website that you only pay $5 a month for, make sure you have those things in order, because it's actually going to build up your business's online reputation. Okay, make sure those things are in order. Now, this next step is so important. You want to make sure that you get a business checking account. When you get your business checking account, they're going to ask you for your LLC paperwork. So this is the paperwork that you're going to receive, like your articles of incorporation. Once you file with your state for your LLC or your S Corp or your C Corp, you'll receive your articles of incorporation. Your bank is going to ask for those documents. They might even ask for your EIN number or your Dun & Bradstreet number. You want to make sure that you get your business banking account. Oftentimes, once you take your articles of incorporation, which is those documents from your LLC, your EIN number, once you take that information to your bank, a lot of times they may even offer you a business credit card on the spot, simply because you're doing business with them and they want to keep your business. Not only that, they want to help the minority business. They want to help the Black-owned business. They want to help the woman-owned business, the veteran-owned business. So make sure that you have all of those documents in order so that you can open up that line with your bank in case you need to get a line of credit as well. Now, if your bank offers you a business credit card, I suggest that you take it. I have heard of some people getting upwards of $100,000 just by opening their business bank account. Take it. You could use that to fund your business. And it's just a difference between going into the bank, applying for their business account. If they offer you the credit card, take it so that you can fund your business. And then be wise with how you manage your money. And for your business, use it the same way that you would, if you were building personal credit. You're going to pay on time. You're going to watch your debt to income ratio, even though debt to income ratio doesn't really matter in the business world. But you want to make sure that you pay on time, because as you pay on time, you're going to get even better offers, sometimes up into $1 million just to fund your business. Now, although personal credit is separate from business credit, you still want to make sure that you work on your personal credit, because sometimes the banks will take a look at your personal credit just to see how you personally manage credit when you're first starting out. Now that you've set your business up, guess what you can do now that you have business credit? You can pay for inventory, you can hire people, you can use that money for marketing, you could use that money for buying products and then reselling those products. There's so many different things that you can do with your business credit or your net 30 accounts, or even your tier 1 and tier 2 accounts. There's so much you can do once you've built your business credit. Don't be afraid to go into your bank, have these conversations, be confident, and don't be afraid to accept the offers that they're giving you for your business. Here's another step that I'm going to throw in as a bonus. Go ahead and set up your business PayPal or your business Square account. A lot of times when you start off and you open up a business PayPal or Square account, they will, in about 30 to 60 days, most times, they'll offer you a line of credit or a business credit card simply by doing business with them. So go ahead and open up those different accounts, and not as a personal account, but open up the business account so that you can also get those business credit line offers through PayPal and through Square. In case you're wondering, there's 3 types of credit in the business world. There's vendor credit, there's store credit, and then there's cash credit. So if you're starting out, once again, those net 30 accounts are considered vendor credits. That's where the vendor allows you to make an order, you don't have to pay, and then they ship you the order and you pay later in 30, 60, or 90 days. Now your store credit are places like Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Home Depot, those types of store credit where you can order from them and then you can pay them later. Now your cash is your credit cards, your Visas, your American Express business cards, your Capital One business cards, your MasterCard business cards. Those are all cash cards. You can spend those anywhere. It's not necessarily that you have to use it at one particular store. You can take that and use it as you would with cash. Listen, I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to build business credit. Thank you so much for tuning in to Terry On Demand. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, smash that like button, and tune into the next video. And don't forget to stop by the description box to check out the resources that we have available for you.